Ms. Mangat moves second reading of Bill 162, an act to proclaim the month of November Diabetes Awareness Month. Pursuant to Standing Order number 98, the Honourable Member has 12 minutes for her presentation. Ms. Mangat.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Today, once again, I bring forward legislation entitled Bill 162, the Diabetes Awareness Month Act, which I believe will raise awareness about the serious nature of the disease known as diabetes. Living with diabetes is not easy. In many cases, people must take insulin injections every day that make dramatic changes to their lifestyle. The serious nature of the disease doesn't affect only those who have it. Their families and society as a whole are also affected. In 2008, when I first moved Bill 113, the Diabetes Awareness Month Act, about 900,000 Ontarians had been diagnosed with type 1 or type 2 diabetes. And Mr. Speaker, in 2010, that number rose to about 1.2 million. Diabetes and its complications cost healthcare system over $5 billion a year. This economic burden is expected to increase by 42% over the next decade. Complications resulting from diabetes can lead to heart disease, stroke, kidney disease, and blindness. In extreme cases, diabetes can even result in the amputation of limbs. There are two main types of diabetes. Type 1 diabetes is typically diagnosed in childhood or early adolescence. Type 2 diabetes generally develops in adults over the age of 40, but an increasing number of children are being diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. Diabetes has higher rate of incidence among Aboriginals, Hispanic, South Asian, Asian, and African Canadians, and the 50+ age group and lower income families. Ontario has been working with stakeholders to provide programs, services, and tools that are culturally appropriate, that build on innovative approaches for reaching these communities. Mr. Speaker, moving beyond the statistics, the stories of people like Siva Swaminathan, who is in Members Gallery, East Side, gave us a good reason to take a pause. I related her story when I sponsored Bill 113 in 2008 to declare the month of November as Diabetes Awareness Month. Siva continues to be a great community hero. Since being diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, she took action to change her diet and lifestyle. She has improved her health and works to improve the health of those who are suffering from diabetes in her community. In addition to being the chair of the South Asian Diabetes Chapter, Siva has used her culinary training to design healthy meal plans for diabetics. Siva hosts how to cook healthier workshops for South Asian women. Kalyani Bhattacharya is a 57-year-old woman who is watching us on TV today. She has been living with diabetes for 18 years. She has suffered several health complications, including heart attack. Kalyani is a strong advocate of early childhood diabetes awareness and always tells her 3 grown-up daughters and 3 granddaughters to pay attention to their diet, exercise more often, and lead healthy lives. Mr. Speaker, Kalyani is right in doing so because if children are taught at an early age the benefit of a healthy diet and physical activity, diabetes can often be avoided later in life. It is my hope that by declaring November as Diabetes Awareness Month in Ontario, we can help to educate and encourage our young people to make healthy choices at an early stage so that the number of people diagnosed with type 2 diabetes can be reduced in future. In 2008, I spoke to you of Deborah Gibson and her son Trevor, who are sitting in Members Gallery, East Side. Trevor, who was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes at age 3, Mr. Speaker, at age 3. From an early age, Trevor was unable to take part in many activities alongside his peers. His day would consist of 6 blood glucose tests, 5 insulin injections, a careful intake of food, as well as exercise with constant adult supervision. Now, at age 18, Trevor's diabetes is easier to manage thanks to an insulin pump he received in 2006 that delivers life-sustaining insulin around the clock. This allows greater independence, which has improved the quality of his life dramatically. A month dedicated to awareness can also draw attention to existing programs. One such program is offered by exercise physiologist who is also sitting in Members Gallery, East Side, and founder of Zumba West Fitness, Shauna Turpin. Shauna offers pre-diabetic individuals in Mississauga and Oakville 6 months of free fitness self-management classes. Shauna knows firsthand the importance and difficulties in maintaining a healthy lifestyle because diabetes runs in her family. She is taking action by making it easier for people to stay healthy through the classes she offers. Mr. Speaker, I'm also very proud of what our government has already done to educate the public and support patients with diabetes so that those living with diabetes can enjoy a higher standard of living. The diabetes strategy introduced in 2008 has invested in self-management initiatives for individuals with diabetes or their healthcare providers, expanding the province's insulin pump plan, creating a new electronic diabetes registry, and several education programs demonstrate this government's commitment to helping diabetics manage their condition. But it is important that we don't stop there. We must continue to raise awareness of this very dangerous disease. That is why I have brought this bill forward again. Mr. Speaker, I would like to acknowledge the hard work and dedication of everyone involved with the Canadian Diabetes Association. This incredible group of volunteers, researchers, and professionals is working to prevent and manage diabetes through education, advocacy, and research. I would also like to take this opportunity to acknowledge Shauna Turpin, who is applying her knowledge and expertise to offer pre-diabetic individuals free healthy living classes. Shauna, Siva, Jamie Davis, director from Wares Incorporated, and many members of the Canadian Diabetes, Deborah Gibson, Trevor, are seated in Members Gallery East Side, today. I would like to thank them all for their continued dedication to diabetes awareness throughout Ontario and throughout Canada. Let's give them a big hand of applause. Mr. Speaker, I would ask all members of this House to support this bill. Thank you.